I'm Paula Bohland, and you are with Paula B Coaching, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Earlier this week, I had a meeting with a couple, and the point of the meeting was to talk about investing. And during the conversation, now first of all, just know that this couple they're very smart, very accomplished. He is a CEO of a digital startup. They're very busy. They've done great things. And we get talking about, the concept of investing and all of that. And about 20 minutes in, the conversation changed direction entirely. And what came up, instead of how much money I want to make and all of that, we were talking about those kind of things and talking about real estate as a way to get there. But what came up was a sentence that's changed everything for what we were doing. And the wife said, what we really want is a house in Kauai. And then the whole picture changed, and the conversation and the mood and the energy changed to what they really wanted. What was freedom, retirement, being able to go to this house and their children to enjoy it. They also had a dream of another house, but they weren't so sure their children would follow them there. But they felt like Kauai would be a safe place for everybody to be a vacation and those kind of things. And what came out of that conversation is some information for me, and it kind of smacked me in the head, could have had a V8. And it's a pattern of what I keep seeing with high earning professionals, with attorneys, with CEOs, with founders, all of the people that have figured it out on paper. They're making plenty of money. They've made it, they are successful in terms of their finances. But the truth is, most privately, when we're not talking about finances, we're not talking about their business success and what they want to do with their money, most are privately lost in their success. And what I mean by that, it's not financially. I mean, they've succeeded, they're smart, they've done all the things, right? But it's deeper. It's the thought of, I've done all this, but what is it for? What is it for? And so they've optimized, of course, their finances, they've optimized their business, they've done all the things, but they're kind of like, what do I want? Why am I here? And nobody, this is the piece that came to me during this conversation. Nobody is asking them that bigger question. What continues to be said is, and celebrated is, oh, you've financially done all right. You've got this money to invest. Let's just get more, income for it. Let's get, more return, which is fine. That needs to happen. But where are they being asked, so what does this mean for you? And what is it you really want? And when that statement of Kauai came up for that couple, it became really evident to me that even though I know tons about real estate strategy, how to invest, how to help them make money in different ways, that I knew at that moment that I needed to make room for the conversation about Kauai. And that really what we were talking about was the vehicle to get to their Kauai. So let me just dive into their story just a little bit more. Like I said, he is a very talented man who's engaged with this digital startup company. The wife has been, very supportive. They've got daughters. They're very successful. They've put together a significant amount to invest, near $1 million, right? But they also are are really wanting something else, right? I mean, they sat with me and they talked about, they didn't know lots about real estate investing, which is, you know, why we were talking, supposedly. And they were talking about how they could get to their real desire faster, and why they wanted that real desire, because they want to, like I said, have freedom. They want to enjoy. They want to go bigger than what they worked for. And then it turned into also this story of, well, maybe we could help my mom as well. Her husband's passed away and she's got these other properties, and how can we help her get to her dream, which is, you know, traveling and all the things. And the conversation and the story that unfolded took actually more time than the investment kind of idea. And so it became so evident to me, and is so evident to me now. And I want you to ask yourself, what do you want? You've made a success. You're super busy. And by the way, this family, the reason they were talking to me is I was talking to them about our Done For You real estate program, where I find the project for them, I, you know, run the project, I make sure it makes the money, they bring the capital, and I do the rest, essentially, myself and my team. And they're super busy, right? They're not like, you know, sitting around thinking, oh, well, how do I create this? And they have no desire to get into real estate investing. They don't really want to learn about it. They don't want to spend their time on it because they're busy with other things. But the reason they were talking to me is, one, because so I could do it for them, but really, really, really because of what they really wanted. And it wasn't about, yes, they want the money, but it was how quickly, Paula, do you think you can help us by investing in real estate to get what we really want? In fact, the question was asked when we started talking about Kauai, when we started talking about the dream, the whole energy changed. I mean, before that, it was kind of like, you know, check marks, check the box, you know, do you do this, do you do that, how does this run, it was kind of like performance, you know. And then when we said Kauai, the energy all changed. I ran with it, and I explored their dream with them, and we were all of us so elated. And the question was actually asked, how soon can you help us to get there? By using real estate as a tool. And see, this wasn't about any kind of investment or more money. This is about what do you want. So I'm asking you, listening to this, I know you're busy. I know you've got things going on. What is it you want? If you can see yourself in this story, I want to have more conversations like this. This week gave me an aha moment about what this is really about, what my work is really about, because I know how to ask the questions and help people plan into the vision. I know how to listen to what they're saying that they're not really saying. I know how to help people evolve into exploring that purpose. And why did you do all this? And now that you've got it built, what do we want this to go to? And to be able to blend that with my knowledge of real estate and strategy, and how do you do that, and do it for you and them, is the blending of what this is all about. I'm not here to teach you how to go, find the house, how to go, and I can teach you all of that stuff, but that's not what I'm gonna spend more time on. I'm gonna spend more time on using real estate as a vehicle and figuring out how that can be used to find your purpose. Because you can find this other information online, you can find it with other, coaches. That's not who I am. I'm at the intersection of what you have built now, and you're smart and you're capable and all the things, and saving you from having to wait until you have time to do another job, because you're never going to have time for that, and then being able to take it working backwards from what we'll call your North Star, your why. What is your why story? And we're going to have more conversations about that, more information about that, more people coming on to visit us and talk to us about it, more people sharing how they're moving forward to their Kauai story. I've got my own story, but it's in Guatemala, and it's supporting women to become more sustainable, people that live in poverty. So we're going to do more of these kind of straight conversations. And if you have a story, if you're thinking about this right now, well, this is interesting. I tuned in here because I wanted to hear more about real estate investing. And now I have my own Kauai story. I want to hear it. In the notes, in the show notes, is a free 30-minute call where I can help you figure out that vision, your North Star, and then we'll work backwards on how you get there. And by the way, this couple is not using real estate as their only investment tool. They've got other investments, they're doing other things. This is a part of it. But we put the whole story together, and Kauai is guiding it. No longer are they waiting to the story of let's make the money and then get it. It's let's have this and direct our money toward it, and what are we doing to get there. So if you have that same idea, that same vision, that same need, that same desire, I want to talk to you for a 30-minute session. It's in the show notes that you can sign up and schedule it. This is not a sales call. This is to connect and help you get your North Star going. So if this speaks to you, please go ahead and subscribe, and then of course, like what's going on here, and share this with somebody else that needs to hear this, because I know you have a Kauai story and you know others who do too.